I love this terrible, terrible man so much. So, Jorge-Riviera dropped Perimedes, a cut song from the musical Epic, which it's meant to be a part of a ensemble song, a crew song, where they introduce each one. There's so much to love in this cut song, because first of all, it's a bop. It's really, really wonderful to hear. The lyrics are so insidious. It's like that fixture of anime and Vocaloid music where the vibe is really light and airy and soft, and the substance is incredibly dark. The lyrics in Perimedes' part, the conceit is that Perimedes finds that Odysseus has gone soft, because if it were up to Perimedes, the decision of killing the son of Hector, which serves as a emotional anchor for the rest of the musical on Odysseus's trepidatious relationship with ruthlessness, Perimedes would have just done it. Perimedes would have just... The lyric is yeeted them off the tower, and I'm trying to visualize what that looks like. Is that like a basketball three-pointer shot? Or is that like a fastball from baseball? But the semantics of throwing a baby aside, there's so much compelling about this character that is pushed in such a short time. Specifically, this idea of risk mitigation. Perimedes claims that they can't get hurt because they don't invest themselves in anything. We have an issue where we can get invested in things, and because of that, we can get hurt. To be invested is to open yourself to hurt. To put yourself into something or to care about something is to open yourself to be vulnerable. And Perimedes believes himself invulnerable because he makes the effort, or maybe naturally doesn't care about most things. If I've got nothing to lose, I've got nothing to fear. Can't fall if I don't fly. I'm in my comfort zone, and I can't help but feel this kind of black mirror looking at me. Because the times where I've felt alive is the times where I've taken risks, where I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone, where everything was suddenly different and I was suddenly navigating a whole new space. Starting VTubing, for example, was a great shift in my life. Making YouTube videos was a great shift in my life. And I would have never reached the sense of fulfillment that I do now if it weren't for challenging myself. And Perimedes ultimately isn't secure, isn't invulnerable, but is likely the most insecure member of the cast. They're very aware and very conscious about their attempts at distancing themselves from anything that matters to them. And that thought process is so insidious as well. How many of us have stopped ourselves from taking up opportunities or reaching for things that we want, but we rationalize that we can't have, and we might as well spare ourselves the pain, the trouble. The thought process of Perimedes is a thought process that permeates a lot of us who've given up. They're not only happy with stopping growth, but proud of their ability not to challenge themselves. I talked in the past about intellectualizing your mental health issues, right? Having an inventory, knowing what we're good or bad at, or knowing what problems we face. Hey Google, stop. Having a inventory of all the mental issues we face is not the same as addressing them, and sometimes taking pride in them and owning them only serves to give that issue more control over your life. What meaningful relationships can Perimedes make if there's no stake, if he doesn't invest himself? If he stays as this island that all the ships fly by, no one's ever going to come to dock. If he plays it safe his entire life, what can he ever accomplish? He plays it safe not because he wants comfort. He plays it safe out of fear of failure. The implication of all of his phrases is that he's not protected from failure. He's avoiding it. Very good at avoiding it. But you've got to try. I think what's even more interesting is that Perimedes, spoilers for the Thunder Saga of Epic the Musical, he's the one who does take action and stab Odysseus in the back in his combat with Eurylochus. His arc, if we were to interpolate between that moment and this moment, is that he couldn't run away anymore. Eventually it becomes impossible to distance yourself of your problems or the problems in the world. Eventually they're going to affect you in a way that is irreconcilable. Maybe it was too late. If he had invested himself much earlier, or if he'd started at any point before it was all going to hell, maybe things would have been different. He's so close to broaching some change. He's taken some action, and in the next song, the entire crew is killed. And doesn't it feel tragic? Incredibly tragic. He's a terrible, terrible man because he's so close to self-realizing, to interrogating himself, and to entertain a new point of view, a new perspective. And what ends up happening is that he gets it all too late before he can use it on anything. And I love it so much, and I understand why it was cut, because the epic musical that we've gotten is so condensed. It is like coffee concentrate. You can spread that content across so many glasses of water and enjoy yourself, versus having several cups of coffee that in aggregate aren't as powerful as that concentrate. But I still love it so much because of what Perimedes can teach us about ourselves. And goodness, is it grim. Ding ding ding, 10 minutes.